Alright, hey guys, what's up? Andrew here. I don't have a mic stand tonight, so I'm having to hold the mic. I'm letting a friend borrow it right now. Actually, he's had tons of interviews to do, and they had actually a film shoot today. He's starting up Full Sail Radio. 'Cause surprisingly, believe it or not, we are an entertainment media school, but we do not have a school radio like most colleges do. So a buddy of mine actually took the initiative, and he's got the real deal going. So yeah, keep a lookout for Full Sail Radio. Should be coming pretty soon. Um, so yeah, definitely be looking forward to that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get on there and talk about some stuff at some point as well. But anyway, guys, we got a lot to cover. I hope you dug the intro thing that I put in. I figure, I'm officially halfway through the program now. This is the first video that's like starting the halfway point. So I figured it was time to make a little change, kind of revamp the videos. So hopefully you can dig the little intro segment there. I mean, it might be corny, it might be a little cheesy, but I like it. I think it's cool, so I'm doing it. Yeah. Anyway, and yeah, I'm wearing a hat today because my hair. I went and worked out with my friend Dustin, the one that I was just talking about, the guy that's starting up the Full Sail Radio, and we worked out. Had a good hour long workout down at the gym. Took a shower, and then I was talking with Mina for a while, so my hair dried and got all crazy. But that's besides the point. So let's talk about actually this month. This is month number 12 for me. Gosh, has it really been that long now? Holy crap, almost, yeah. So at the end of this month, it'll have been a year since I started here. And so, yeah, I'm in month number 12, and I took an online class before I moved down here to campus. So that's why, like, the month is ahead of what it should technically be. So really, I'm going into month 11, but actually it's 12 for me. So I'm halfway through the program officially. I started audio post production the other day, as well as Music History 1. Audio post is a campus class. It consists of 12 lectures and 13 labs, so it is a 100-hour class, which is insane. And music history is online, which is not nearly as intensive. And I think the reason they did that. Sorry, I had an itch. I think the reason they did that is because audio post is such an intensive class. So we'll definitely be seeing lots of that throughout the month. Luckily, this week and next week my schedule is pretty slack, but then the third and fourth week it picks up quite a bit. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dig into audio post. We'll discuss kind of the lecture and lab with the first day, which was yesterday, and then we'll talk about what I did today, which was work on my music history work. So audio post is a pretty cool class. It's actually in the classroom that I had lab for digital audio in, which is it's nice. I know where it is. It's over in Building 3, 3B. And my instructor is a British guy. He's pretty cool. He's been teaching here for 10 years, just about 10 years, I think he said. So he's really cool. He's funny. He keeps us engaged. He really digs post-production stuff, so that's really good that my instructor's into it, which that always helps, of course. We got when I went into lecture, we got this packet here, and this is basically like on Propeller. There's Word documents that has all of the notes in it, and this is basically a printout. It's like 44 pages, I think. 45 pages, I guess, if you count the last page, which has nothing on it. 45 pages long of fill-in-the-blank notes. So, yeah, it's fill-in-the-blank. Lots of awesome stuff. Yesterday, we went over, the lecture 1, which is the intro to audio post. We basically, we discussed, what is audio post? We went over what it was, what spotting is, which spotting is, it says here, the first part of our process to determine the extent of all the sounds that we're going to need, how much time needs to be devoted to that, and how much we're going to charge money-wise. We also discussed who's like basically the different roles of audio post. So you have like your sound supervisor, sound designer, sound editor, assistant sound editor, dialogue supervisor, your ADR supervisor. What else we have? The ADR recordist engineer, Foley supervisor, and there's so many more. And we also, and that's when we went on break. And then when we came back, we also discussed film position roles. So, like your executive producer, your producer, your director, the picture editor, the post-production supervisor, the production audio supervisor, stuff like that. And we also discussed Pro Tools, which brings me to show you guys new Pro Tools book. And this Pro Tools book is actually a little thicker than the last two that we had from Audio Workstations. So this is the Pro Tools 210p book, which is for audio post. So I've got 3 Pro Tools books now, which is excellent. I am quite excited to start reading through that and looking through it and everything. So yeah, we went over Pro Tools, and basically we looked at, obviously it was kind of a review from Audio Workstations, but we also went into some of the film aspects, how to import film data, and how to work the film timeline, things such as that, and also what different types of hardware we'd be using as well. So that was nice. Basically, this is kind of like another Pro Tools class, which is pretty cool. I'm hyped about that. So we also signed up for labs, and I gotta tell you, my instructor, he is real. Like, he is definitely real about things. So for, let's see. So yeah, lab signups. He said, you can pick your own groups, obviously, and you can pick which lab group you want to be in. And I was frantically looking at Propeller to see which one had the best time. And it turned out that lab group number 9 had the best time group, because we were allowed to pick from groups 9 to 16. And I was like, oh, good, whatever Lord you believe in, let me get, lab group 9. And he was like, I think the fairest way to do this is to have a raffle. So what he did was he thought of just whatever number he wanted, and whoever's name matched that number in the attendance list got that particular sign-up sheet, and if they wanted, they could sign up for that group, or they could give it to someone else who wanted it. And so he calls out number 33, and I'm like, oh God, who's number 33? Turns out it was my friend Ryan. So I was like, yes! So me and my friends and I are all in group 9 together, which is awesome, and we have the best time and the best people, in my opinion. So that was pretty awesome. I got my lab group, and yeah, that was really a lot of excitement for that. As far as extra credit goes for this class, basically, it comes out of nowhere. Like he'll just have random extra credit opportunities. So definitely got to keep sharp for that. No doubt. Gonna stay on top of things. What else? This is the first class where we have actual pop quizzes, like legitimate surprise, like Jack in the Box type of pop quiz where you have to study your stuff because you don't know when you're going to get tested on it, which that's kind of scary, but in a way it's good at the same time, I suppose. So like this pack, as soon as I get done talking to you guys and having a little something to eat, because I haven't eaten since I worked out, I'm going to just read over this stuff because I don't know if we have a quiz tomorrow. And I definitely got to look at the Pro Tools stuff for sure. So I'll be working on that. Should be fun. What else? So yeah, there's pop quizzes, and then there's the actual midterm and final, which of course shouldn't be too bad. So that's about it for lecture. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. We look at all the slides, and then obviously he'll show us what it looks like in the program itself. And it runs pretty much the whole 4-hour block. So 1:15 to 5 again this month, same as always, section 2. So yeah, so lecture's pretty cool. All right, now for lab, I actually, since I got the lab group I wanted, we had a lab immediately after lecture that day, and the labs are in building 1, and they're basically in the same area as the labs I had for microphones and theory. It's in that same section of building 1. And yeah, we have in the lab rooms. Gosh, I can't. I've got I took a picture on my phone. My phone's not anywhere near me, but I can tell you the big console in the room is the Digidesign D command, which is pretty cool. And of course, we have like a mic locker, or a mic case, which has a different couple microphones. We have two different preamps. We have a Focusrite and an Avalon, and they all have all the bells and whistles. And then we have a complete Pro Tools HD rig in there as well, of course, because it's for film. So lots of great, like that room easily costs $500,000 easily. And it's just this tiny little room that's like as big as my little studio space here. So very cool stuff. Very exciting. First lab was great. Basically, in the first lab, we what did we do? We took a look at kind of the signal flow of the console. We got the console set up and learned how to log into the servers on the console's computer. And then we recorded. We did 3 different mics. We had the what microphones? I remember I recorded on the AKG C414. We had a Shure microphone. I can't remember which one it was, and we also had a shotgun microphone. And there were 6 of us, so 3 microphones plus 2 preamps. So we each recorded what microphone and what preamp we were recording on. So basically, we got to hear every microphone on each preamp, which it really wasn't good because really, if you're doing a test like that, you should really only have one person speak. But we all took a turn, and it was really nice. Like the first day of lab, we're already setting up, getting mic cables, microphones, boom stands, recording stuff into Pro Tools. It was very nice. So that was a lot of fun. We also picked. So to continue on that before I move on, it was basically like the first half of lab was kind of just getting orientated with what gear we have, kind of how everything fits together and whatnot. We learned, checked out the patch bay and everything that's in there. So really nice stuff. Very exciting. I am looking forward to labs this month. They should be fantastic. Which they're not only going to be in that lab suite there in Building 1, but we are also going to be in the Mix Palace this month, which we're each going to have our own HD rig and console to work on with 5.1 surround sound, I do believe. And like each tiny room has its own thing. So we're each going to have our full booth to work on. It's going to be amazing. So I didn't think I'd be touching or going into the Mix Palace towards the end of the program. But I mean, I guess I already am pretty far into it, and we're getting our hands on the Mix Palace stuff this month, so it's exciting. So what else? To move on. So second half of lab, okay. So to start with, the big project for the lab is basically we picked a film, a clip of a film, and we have to recreate all the sound effects for the entire thing. So all we have is the picture. We have to recreate everything that you hear. And so for the second half of lab, we basically picked what movie we wanted to do. We had a choice of like 6 different movies. We had let's see. We had the choice between Scott Pilgrim was one, I know. Transformers was another. The Thing was another. Megamind was another one. Gosh, I can't remember the other ones. But you get the idea. There were a couple movies we could pick from. In my group, we ended up going with Megamind. So, that should be fun. And what else? Yeah, we picked our roles. So each of us has a different role. Like, for example, I am the background supervisor. So my job is to pick and kind of instruct people on what the background noise should be like. We also have a dialogue supervisor, Foley supervisor, large sound supervisor, small sound supervisor, and the music supervisor. I think I covered them all. If that's only 5, I'll probably look like an idiot, but I mean, you get the idea. We each picked a different role. Now, we're all making sounds. We're all going to work on all the sounds, but when it comes to choosing a sound, the person in charge for that specific area will get the final say in, we're going to use this sound instead of that sound or whatever. So that's kind of how that's going down. So I'll be in charge of whatever backgrounds we come up with. And actually, I think I'm going to get to play the voice of Megamind for our little segment there, because I think labs 2 and 3 we're going to be recording dialogue. So I really want to do the voiceovers for Megamind, not because it's Megamind, but just because I want to record into the microphone. Apparently, my voice sounded really good with the AKG, especially through the preamp that it went through. And listening back to it, we listened to all our voices, and I was like, damn, like my voice does sound good. Like, it's way better than what I have here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have very nice things here at home, like, I mean, come on, the 58 is like a staple, and then the Akai interface is really nice, I think, for what I use it for. But the stuff we had there at school, of course, was phenomenal. So it was pretty. So if I can get my hands on an AKG C414, and I think I was on the Avalon preamp, which is a vacuum tube preamp. That'd be awesome. But I don't have that much money, so it's probably not going to happen for a long time. Anyhow, yeah, so we picked our roles, picked our movie, and we got our Pro Tools session set up, so all is well in the realm of lab for audio post-production. My lab tech that we had the other day was really cool. Everything is just down to earth, just hanging out, having some fun in the studio, learning some cool stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited. Oh, and the biggest thing that we learned in lab was how to route signal through Pro Tools, not through the console, but it was through Pro Tools. So we learned it's different for surround sound than it is for just stereo. So a tad bit different. So anyhow, yeah, we're about 20 minutes in now. Oh goodness, it's gonna be a long video. But audio post-production started off really great. I'm looking forward to lecture tomorrow. But as for today, let's discuss Music History 1. And actually, let me pull up a new window here. So if the video freezes for a second, don't freak out. Okay, good. It didn't. Yeah, let me open up Propeller, or not Propeller, but the FSO, Full Sail Online. So I'm typing my name real quick so I can look at my assignments. So far, music history has been pretty cool. I mean, I guess, kind of. What was really neat was that before we started the second half of audio post-lecture the other day, like we came back from break, and then we were greeted by the music history online instructors. They came to say hey to us and everything, and introduce themselves and talk to us about the course and whatnot. So that was awesome. It was really cool to see that, hey, they're not just these internet robot people that give us grades. Like they actually are real people, and they actually dig the class that they teach. So that was very refreshing, very nice. And I seem to have a pretty awesome instructor this month for music history. So as far as assignments goes, one of the requirements for this class is that we have to sign up for Spotify, as well as create an account on last.fm.com or something. It's last.fm. Last.fm is the website or something. I'm sure if you Google it, you can find it. So our first assignment was to sign up for those two and then link them together, because we have to listen to things on Spotify, but then they have to show up on the Last.fm website so that we can get our grade, because they check our profiles to see what we've been listening to, because there are listening assignments for this class. So that was the first one, was to sign up for those. We also had some worksheets. Oh goodness, I have some more worksheets to do actually. But we've got a textbook for this class. It's an ebook. And I had to read chapters 1 and 2 the other day and do a little 15-question worksheet on it, which it wasn't too hard. And actually, a new one for chapters 3 and 4 popped up just now, actually. So the worksheet wasn't bad. We talked about folk music and country music. I do believe. Yeah, those are the two chapters that we discussed. We also have listening homework, actually. So chapters 1 through 4 listening homework. So basically, I worked on this earlier today, worked on it, because literally what it is they give you a list of songs, and you click on the link in the PDF. It'll open up in Spotify, and you listen to it. So you get a grade for listening to music. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. So I spent seriously like an hour and a half just listening to music, and I'm still like only halfway through. I mean, it was a huge list of music. But that was pretty cool because I just sat and played my game and listened to some awesome tunes. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. And that's the whole thing, you know. So that was pretty cool. We had to do this. Okay, now this assignment. So the listening assignments are really cool, but the one that they had us do tonight, which was worth 7% of our total grade, was just retarded. We talked about the folk process and how, like, for folk music, how it's passed generation to generation. A lot of the times, words and lyrics will get changed, and we basically had to read this poem called the Lord Randall poem and rewrite it from Old English to modern English. And then we had to discuss why we chose to change it the way that we did. That was worth 25% of that grade. And then the other 75% of that one, of that assignment, excuse me, throat's getting dry. No water in the water bottle either. Anyway, so the other half of the assignment was we had to listen to I think it was a Bob Dylan version of the Lord Randall poem, and then a Jason Mraz version of it, and then we had to compare and contrast them in a minimum of 200 words. So the first half, it was just a dumb assignment, in my opinion. I didn't really like it, but I had to do it, so yeah, what can you say? Otherwise, yeah, there's videos that we have to watch throughout the month and whatnot, and that's really all I've done in the class so far. I mean, the listening assignment was probably the coolest thing. But yeah, music history one is pretty easy so far, no doubt. And the worksheet that I had to do for chapters 1 and 2, I got 100 on, so yeah, great stuff. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a wrap. I need to get something to eat. I'm pretty tired. It's like 4 in the morning right now that I'm talking to you guys, but it's cool because we don't sleep here at Full Sail. So anyway, don't forget to check out Full Sail Radio once that starts getting up and running. And yeah, until next time, take it easy, guys. I'm pretty happy here. I'm getting back into boxing and parkour and skateboarding and writing music and doing awesome stuff. Like the little beat instrumental music piece, little clip that you heard at the beginning of the video, that was all me. I made that earlier today because I was feeling inspired. I'm not going to call it a beat. I'm just going to call it a slow jam because that's what it was, a slow jam. So I hope you enjoyed the slow jam and the intro segment. So yeah, take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. I am out.